There, can you hear me now? Can you hear this now? All right. Having trying all this tech out. I'm not really sure how it all is going to work. So, as I was saying, good morning, and we are going to start with just doing some meditations in the mornings, and we'll see how all of this works. So, we'll start usually, I'm hoping about 9:30, and then we'll go from there. So, if you want to join us, that'll be great. But we'll go and we'll see how this works. So, as we try to just take a minute to center ourselves, let me see if I can get everything set up here. Had some technical difficulties this morning, but we're getting there. So I invite you all to settle in and join a time of meditation and prayer, time we come together to reflect and to send goodwill into the world. I invite you all take a few moments and join a time of meditation and prayer, time we come together to reflect on these words from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Experience. Life itself is a mixture of power and form, and will not bear the least excess of either. To finish the moment, to finish the journey's end in every step of the road, to live the greatest number of good hours is wisdom. It is not the part of men, but of fanatics or of mathematicians, if you will, to say that the shortness of life considered, it is not worth caring whether or so for the short duration we are sprawling in want or sitting high. Since our office is with moments, let us husband them. 5 minutes of today are worth as much to me as 5 minutes in the next millennium. Let us be poised and wise in our own today. Let us treat the men and women well. Treat them as if they were real. Perhaps they are. Men live in their fancy, like drunkards whose hands are too soft and tremulous for successful labor. It is the tempest of fancies, and the only ballast I know is to respect the present hour. Without any shadow of doubt, amidst this vertigo of shows and politics, I settle myself ever the firmer in the creed that we should not postpone and refer and wish, but do broad justice where we are, by whomsoever we deal with, accepting our actual companions and circumstances, however humble or odious, as the mystic officials to whom the universe has delegated its whole pleasure for us. And that's Experience by Ralph Waldo Emerson. I want to give us just a moment to sit with those words and to think about how we can experience just this moment. How do we experience who we are in the world today with what's happening around us? To take this moment of just 5 minutes of time, as he says, is just as important as all the time in the millennium. It's about being who we are in this moment. So in many traditions, it is believed that if you speak out or wish goodwill into the world, that there's power given to that. And so therefore today I want to offer to you to hold in your hearts and to hold in mind the spiritual and religious leaders of our small communities and our large communities. I want to ask you that you ask them to be inspired and to live life that is filled with holding their communities in their hearts. But I ask you to give them guidance and to remind them that they need respite as they go forward into their many spaces of serving their communities of faith, that they hold their individual faith tradition close to their hearts, that our spiritual leaders come together as unified forces and really work towards bringing people together in this world. I ask you to take a moment to offer up in your space, either verbally or through the chat process here, to offer up anybody that you are thinking about or you're holding in your heart at this time. To give your thoughts and your love and your spirituality space to be held, not only in your own personal space, but with us as a community at large. It is said that this will give power to your thoughts and intentions, and I invite you to share those at this time. We hold many people in our hearts as a sign that we care for the interdependent world around us. I now bind all that has been named and known to us with the love of all those gathered. The community gathered here will be the binding force for love and creation in this world. May the goodwill we hold in our hearts be a sign that we come to this space that shares our just simple presence. And I invite you into a time of silent reflection in these next few minutes. And may we say together, blessed be. I want to thank you all for being here and for joining us today. like I say, I'll try to do this as often as I can. I'm not going to make a commitment to every morning, but we'll try to do this every morning. And hopefully we can just spend some time together. Let me know if you have any comments or feedback, and we'll see how things go. And as I like to close all of my pieces that I do when we're together, I will say together, oh, if I can get a screen up. We'll say together, Amen, Amin, Shalom, Salam, Namaste, and blessed be.